as when I started my Instagram journey, one of my friends introduced me to an account. She said she has lots of followers. You should see how she does things. And I was fascinated because the on the account, uh, she was doing such smaller things. She was introducing people to so many small tips and tricks. But then it was working. It was working on a bigger level. In fact, I have bought a lot of items like a lip-shaped lipstick, a pimple patch, and many such weird things based on her suggestions. So, my I'm very happy to introduce Sonia as my today's guest. Welcome to Believe in Yourself, Sonia.
Thank you so much for having me, Rohini. It's a pleasure being here.
So I'm very happy to talk to you because looking at where you are right now, I want to know the story behind it. I want to know how you came to embrace along the way what some people believe is very small, very mundane, very, minute things of life. But then you have embraced that side of it so well. I want to know everything. So tell me where did it start? How did it start?
So now, what you said, like the small things, I realized that a lot of people do not talk about the basics.
True.
And basics is what that a lot of people need to know. I often talk about undergarments. I talk about simple things that you would think that everybody knows, but you would be surprised to know that many don't know it, and many are interested to know it. We have been brought up in an environment where we have an exposure to a lot of things. There are girls out there who do not have the opportunity. There are boys out there who want to learn about these
Learn
things.
about these things. True.
Yeah, so why not? Whenever I've thought that something is very small and thought ki this is not going to work, it's gone crazy viral because small things matter. Just like in life, smaller details are what matter the most. You can wear a very fancy shirt, but if
Mm,
you're not wearing the right thing underneath, you are not going to be confident and it's not going to be looking presentable the way it's meant to be.
true.
So I always feel small is big. Why not?
Of course, of course. So, let me just give a formal introduction to your career till now. You are basically an entrepreneur and a social media influencer. You've had a varied experience in business, marketing, customer management across multiple industries. As you were just telling me, you're a rank holder in finance and marketing, and you have worked in your earlier days with Tata Management Training Center, and you are working on a book right now, which is very
Yes.
interesting.
I think I started my Instagram page when it was not about videos, when it was about pictures.
Cheers. Huh.
So I like the idea of storytelling. I most of my posts used to have a story with it. So
Mhm.
many people who follow me from those days often tell me that we miss your storytelling style.
Uh-huh.
But you are meant to evolve with the platform you are on, and you are meant to evolve to make sure that you create a sustainable business model for yourself too.
Mhm.
So, hence, obviously, we have progressed to videos. I am a very shy person. I remember I could not even shoot one video, and now you give me a topic and I'm likely to shoot a video within the next 10 seconds and post it.
You know,
So
only a person who knows the creative side of this, influencer market or creative side of what you do understands how difficult it is to create the videos that you are actually doing. But to a normal person, if they look at your video, it seems like it's very simple. It's something very, mundane, it's very small. Oh my God, why didn't I know this? Kind of a that aha moment comes out. But then for us who are already creating, we know that how much trouble goes behind, how much work goes behind creating each one of those videos.
I have always felt that it's more difficult in the beginning, Rohini. You
Mm,
must understand
true.
that when you started, as I was telling you, I am someone who used to stammer and stutter till my fourth standard.
Oh.
Many who know me from school uh,
Mm,
know of me as a shy girl who did not attend any events because she had strict parents, and I was not allowed to go to these school
oh my
things.
God. Huh.
So, I was one of the quieter ones, and over the years, I have changed. But that is the thing, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the more you get into it, the
Mm,
more you see. I often research a lot and see a lot of other videos because it
mm,
really helps. Ideas are not merely what you create in your head, but putting the ideas right so that people are willing to watch it. And
mm.
it has to be within a people have moved from a longer format to a shorter
You're
format,
very
as all of us know. So
mm,
you have to communicate, and you have to communicate fast.
quick. In 3 seconds, 3 to 4 seconds is all you
You
get.
have to have a hook within the first three
Within
seconds, is what
first
they
three
say.
seconds. True, true, true. I'm more interested in knowing how a girl who used to stammer in school is the person we see today in front of us. How did that transformation happen?
It is to do with your family support system and your friends. I have always felt my teachers have had a big role in my life.
Okay.
That said, I did start orating when I was in my MBA days, but
Mm,
since I come from a troubled childhood, I did have depression and various anxiety issues most of my growing up years, and even through my marriage and once I had my son.
mm,
I think what social media, I started my page on Facebook because my doctor said that it's important to have connect, and I wanted to reach out to more people that I could connect with, I could emote to, and I could speak my mind with. So I think it's always been a journey for me. I have constantly been looking out for answers, and by God's grace, someone or the other has always been there to respond. And that is the important part. Once you find people to respond, I am not saying that you should not take counseling. I've taken counseling. I believe in a lot of meditation, a lot of yoga. It's changed me as a person, my life. But I'm saying that you have to be willing to look for the answers.
true. The right kind of support is what, whether it is
Support,
professional support
and
or
you
personal
should be,
kind of support.
yes. Plus, you should be willing to take the support. The
True.
day you say, yes, I am ready to seek help, you have won half the battle. I have been in extreme situations and I've come out of it.
Mhm.
Trust me, you see me. And I surprise myself on days. So, really, uh, I always tell people, if I can, anybody can. So
Mhm.
if I can be someone who is sharing my journey with someone, you have it in you to do it tomorrow.
That's the irony of it. When you go into that realm where you can say, what, if I did it, you can also do it. That's the time when people stop believing that. The people who are on the other side will not believe you that, what, she has already made it, so she's saying it. You know, that kind of this thing comes. That
I
is the
feel
barrier I'm trying to break with this, that, people who we think are successful, people who we see today have reached the heights, actually started where you are today, actually started with all the self doubts, with all the problems, and somehow they cross the barrier, and so can you. That's exactly the intent of why I do this. And as you said initially, you are the perfect candidate for it.
Yes, I say come to my page even today. I still fumbled in my videos. I still look silly in many of them. If you would have seen, I was very viral just about a month back, and
Mhm.
I was on most Google page. I am holding a bread in my hand, which is
Yeah,
toasted
I
on
saw
one
that.
side and
Uh,
sunscreen on the other.
sunscreen wala.
Yes, half my friends have called me and roasted me for it. My husband said that if you are going to be doing such things, at least wear better clothes. So, in all my imperfections, I'm still out there, and I'm telling you, there is no difference between you and me. I still work with my tripod and my phone. I do not have a lot of people doing variety of things for me, so you can do it in your own. But yes, I'm not denying that it takes a lot of hard work.
Takes a
I
lot of
work,
heart.
yes, I work round the clock and I take out time for my family. It's exhausting, but yes, it's part
It's
of the job, any job.
at the same time rewarding, right?
It's rewarding. It really is. It's a feel good. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for anyone. I always say, do it to satisfy your own needs and desires.
True.
The
Very true.
first time you do something that is purely yours, you will be so satisfied that you will get the boost to go on with it.
True. Very true. I've experienced that, at least starting to experience right
It's
now.
another high. You don't need anything. I think with me, food is my pleasure. And
Mm.
then when you have people reach out to you every day and they tell you that, ma'am, I really like your work. You inspire me. And when so many people come up to you and heart of hearts, that you are still that little girl who still has all those insecurities and you're dealing with it, it is really amazing, that you feel that I really can be someone important to these girls. It does not matter if you are to millions, at least you are to 10 girls out there, and that is amazing in itself.
True, most definitely. I want to touch upon something that you were talking right now. Perfectionism. Most people think it needs to be perfect before you put on internet, or you need to be perfecting something before you start. That's a very big myth that stops people from starting itself. They don't begin their journeys at all. That's what holds them back. So how did you come out of that mode?
I actually didn't. Like, I was always in the zone, perhaps,
Mm,
because I started this page, as I said, it was my own way of storytelling, and I had not thought that this will get this, that this will get big. I honestly did not think that people will be interested in following me, knowing my story. I was just there trying to say what I feel every day.
so what
So,
was going through your mind when you started, especially your video content, when you started making your videos? Initially,
so
what was the
I realized that people like real content and that you do not need to be perfect for it.
true?
One of my videos, I think at present, I don't know how much it is. Last I checked, it was some 30 million views.
Mm-hmm.
One of my reels.
Wow.
And trust me, it was like I was going out somewhere and I had just got a product. I have this. I have this patch here. So
Uh-huh.
I was covering up that patch before going out because some days you want to hide your insecurities and it's okay. It's a path, you are going to get there. But so I just made a quick video, a 20-second video, and I posted it, and
Hmm.
there were 30 million views because
Wow.
people have similar insecurities, men, women, people who are still figuring their gender. So many people, they want to know real people with real flaws. It is
True.
okay that you do not have perfect hair. It is okay that you're not trying to get a surgery. It's okay that you have a double chin. All of us do. So
True.
I think people relate most to real content. So I would say be real. Don't think very few of us can be perfect. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of investment every which way. So
Mm.
if the best thing is to portray yourself, you'll be surprised how many people love you for it, because real is so uncommon. So they are definitely in for it if you can really show them your real self and be what you are wherever you're going. Share your story. It's a great way of boosting your own confidence also.
That is there. That is obviously always the side effect of any sort of, success, so to speak. Uh, how did you, what astonishes me most when I see your pages, you have figured out what is unique about you. You always, I'm guessing you're always on the lookout for these small tips, small tricks, because most of us don't notice these things. Even though it is there, evident in
Yeah.
front of us, we don't notice these things. We don't go and, try to find out. But I'm guessing you are that person. You have that uniqueness about you. You always keep noticing these things, and you have turned so beautifully that into a something that you can market, something that you can showcase it to people. So, how did that idea come up?
So I started with a variety of content, to be honest. And
Mm,
I was experimenting because I wanted to understand who my audience is or what my audience enjoys. And this is something that I would ask anyone who's looking to be a content creator to do. See what is a hit, see what is a miss, because it gives you an idea and gives you a direction,
mm,
which direction you should pursue. And I keep saying it's not just about attracting people. These people will get bored. People like us have 5,000, 6,000 unfollows a day. So we
true.
have to get at least double the amount on our page also.
Go back.
Or, yeah, we have to keep the number up, if not have it increase, you know. So
True.
you have to identify these things. Why I think someone like me is okay with posting about these things and I'm looking at these things, again, it comes with a lot of self doubt among people. Lot of people think,
True.
"Arey, if I post this, then they'll think I'm silly.
Mm,
Arey, if I post this, then they'll be like, ये तो सबको पता है. Why are you making such content?" Your own self doubt कि लोग क्या कहेंगे stops you from posting it.
stops you from posting. True.
And
Very
I have stopped focusing on log kya kahenge. I
true.
have create your inner circle
Mm,
and have your inner circle love you, and the rest of it can just fall in place. People
true.
who love you will love you, people who hate you will forget. मैंने
But
एक बहुत
they will also hate you with guts sometimes.
that is okay. See,
Yeah, that is okay. That's absolutely okay.
whenever my video goes viral, I get a lot of love and I
Mm,
get a lot of hate. Like I get DMs, I get messages, I
mm,
get abusive language, I get all of it. But that is part of my job. Whenever you are in front of the camera and you have such a public life, you
mm.
must understand it is part of the profile. Do not let it affect you. The day you let it affect your inner peace is the problem. That is why I said have a circle of warmth around you. The rest of it is just okay. And news is today. Like, how many people will remember me holding the toast when I'm on the road? Very few. But when
It
it went
just
viral,
like one day probably when it was
that one week,
viral. Yeah,
many people send me that because 1 week it was there. So everyone was sending me, Are, we saw you. Many congratulated me also because
true.
it's such a big interface. They were like, oh my God, you are there, like, so it is how people envision it also. People's outlook is also different. Don't think that everyone is thinking, Ari, what is she doing? Many might be thinking, wow, she's on Google, or wow, she's trending. So it's not that everyone's thinking bad about you. Also, a quote that someone had posted a while back and which stays with me. We keep thinking, when we are younger, we keep thinking, oh, everyone is looking at me. Oh, everyone is, what is everyone thinking? Chances are that nobody is looking at you.
Precisely. Nobody is
You
bothered.
Nobody is bothered. It's just you that you're thinking that everybody is focused on you.
True.
So just focus on yourself, focus on your immediate family. The world is beautiful and you have to truly believe it. It is.
It is definitely. Even I have come from that place of self-doubt where, you know, everybody knew I encountered I used to have very big skepticism whether are they good? Will they accept? Will they behave badly? All those kind of doubts. But even I have realized that, you know what, 98% of the people are good.
Yeah.
Because of that 1 or 2%, we actually end up mistrusting the other 98% as well.
I think these platforms have come up with great options.
Mm,
Restrict words,
true.
block these people, make sure that go to hidden words feature when you are on these apps, so that you do not have to see such interactions. You
True.
can make life so much simpler. Technology has come such a long way. It is important that we safeguard ourselves against such interactions. So
True.
do that. An informed way of posting is always the best way of posting. If you are having disbelief and you don't want too many interactions, keep it limited in the beginning. And then slowly, once you are more confident, open up to more people. But don't stop, is what I say.
Uh, any suggestions for anybody who is starting out, including me?
So, I would say be consistent. Consistency is something that's helped me immensely.
Mm,
I have really seen that when I used to self doubt and say, ki, no, this is not high quality, this is not what people want to see,
mm,
things have not worked out for me. And when I stopped thinking about it and I've said, no, this is what it is, and I'm going to speak my mind, and we are going to see, it's worked beautifully. You have to stay consistent, you have to reach out to people, you have to have communication. The more you communicate with people, the more you are willing to be out there to talk to them.
mm.
Community is the biggest thing that we have learned post COVID. Everyone is looking for connection. you
Very
know
true.
if people, I met one of my favorite bloggers at a blogging event and I started crying
Oh,
because, yes,
can
i
I
had
give?
i had tears. I really had tears because, it's a emotion. I feel that emotion for her, and I'm sure the people who have that emotion for you. So have that connect. Your content, what you post in stories, your lives, what you're trying to tell to people. Say your story, and you'll be surprised when you have built a very strong community and more people want to interact with you and be there with you. So don't stop posting.
Mm,
Secondly, always be safe. As I said, that you should look at the safety measures that these apps have given you. Be safe. Don't unnecessarily jeopardize yourself or your mental peace. And other than that, have fun. Do a lot of these short format reels and videos, because even on YouTube they are very upcoming. Do that, because anything which is new, any new feature is likely to boom. So
mm.
if you're looking at sudden growth, then you should definitely focus on any new feature that any of these apps launch. That is the fastest way to grow.
True. I want to ask you about how has this online fame translated into real world for you? What's
Online
the
fame, the
online fame,
reimbursement
your
fame.
fame, you're a known person, people might recognize you where you go. So how is that translated into real world?
Sometimes, actually, mostly people, look at you. I'm not at that phase. I'm not that big. I'm still, in the process
Process of
being someone known, I think, and I still don't think I'm very famous. But yeah, I do see sometimes that, I'm out somewhere and someone will nudge and, look at me. There are some people who approach me at times, and they have been kind enough. In my son's school, I met someone. If I've gone out somewhere at a restaurant, someone's come and said, "Oh, I have seen your content somewhere," like that. I mean, it's always a nice feeling, being recognized, and it feels good. It boosts your confidence a lot. As I said, for someone like me who has come from a difficult past and who wasn't very confident, I suddenly feel that, very empowered at times when people come and say a few kind words to me.
No, awesome to see that, on we hear all these stories that social media is bad for you. You are getting engrossed in that. You are not able to we hear stories of kids who are not able to concentrate on studies and all those things. It's so good to hear refreshing stories where through social media somebody has gotten empowered, somebody has felt powerful and confident, and all these stories need to get out more actually.
Absolutely. I started two of my small businesses through this page. The thing is, you have to identify what is your calling. So
Mm.
I started two of my brands because they were related to fashion. So you must understand that there are a series of opportunities for you. You just have to identify it and pursue it. But if you don't pursue it, you are not likely to make it because you've not pursued it. Trying is what helps you get success in any field, not just a creator or an influencer. But try, why not? You can at least say, I tried and did not succeed, rather than feeling that, oh, I wish I had done it.
Wish I had, rather than having a regret, it's better to have failure.
Always, always. The shopping list, that one shopping item that you didn't get and you still regret. I
Regret
have
it.
one dress that I still have in my mind. Oh, I wish I'd bought that dress back there, and it was a decade back. So don't have regrets. Do what your heart desires. At least you'll be able to say that you worked hard towards it.
True, very true. How would anybody who's trying to, it's not about fashion or anything. In any field nowadays, having a social media presence, having a Instagram presence, always makes a difference in your field. So how can we leverage that? How can anybody leverage that?
I always feel that your page should speak a lot about you. So always have a vision board, how you want people who are on your page to see you. Say if you are into music, when they come to your page, they should be able to understand that you are all about music and what kind of music you do. Have collaborative content, because these days collaborations, as I said, people are looking for connect, everyone. So the minute you are with someone, you not only give strength to yourself, you give strength to the other person also. Together you're creating magic, and you are doubling or making your consumer base 10 times. So do things that are new, do work with a lot of people, and when they come to your page, make sure that they see it. They say, oh, this girl is a dancer. Oh, this girl is into music. Oh, I can see the aesthetics. She's into styling. Like if you come to my page, you will know that I'm into hacks, fashion hacks, and fashion styling is what I talk about. So the minute they step into your page, they should get an idea. They should not be confused as to, oh, sometimes she does this and sometimes she does that. Oh, acha, what does she do? The person should not have to write to you asking, ma'am, what
What?
exactly do you do?
I've had few of those DMs actually.
Yeah, because
Even just when I was on, see, basically it was, I started it as soon as I figured out that I want to do something because I wanted to document my journey as well throughout it all. But then I did a lot of courses and I was still figuring out which one, which area I should pursue, which area I should, basically focus on. So I was doing a lot of content here and there about everything. So that time, even I have gotten a lot of DMs like, you know what, your page is very confusing. I have no idea what you exactly do you do.
your core should never get lost. When people come, they should identify your core. They should know your core. I have always said that I am a kind of a blogger who's looking at mass audience. I don't want a niche. I don't want perfection. I
Mm,
want every girl to come on my page and say ki, Are, I relate to this girl. I want to be here. So identify. If you don't want everybody to be on your page, say no, I want it to be a very luxurious page. I just want luxury on my page,
mm,
but let your space speak for you. You need not go up to those people and explain to them what your content is about.
mm. So how do you end up translating this statement that I want every girl to relate with me into a content? How do you translate that?
By talking about everyday simple things, what the first question we started with.
Wow. We have
One
come
of,
to a complete
yeah,
circle.
it is always a circle, isn't it? See,
True.
the other day my mom-in-law was showing me she was knitting a sweater for my son. So
Mm,
last year she had started something and she had the wool left. So she took it out and she again made it ekdam brand new with a
mm,
simple hack. So she said, "Would you like to share it?" And I recorded it and I put it on the page. So there is no age boundary. There are many people, many elderly women also, who might be looking for a hack or who might be just thinking ki, okay, I want to try this but I don't know how, and maybe they are not on a YouTube, or maybe their children are doing something and they go and say mama or grandma, I found this, maybe it interests you. So why not? Sometimes very simple small things. So that is what I have never restricted myself to saying ki this is too old for me, ki no,
mm.
this is not too old for me, because how do you know? I am trying to reach out to one and all. I always say I'm trying to build a community, a girl tribe. So
Mm.
even a 70-year-old can be my friend. My mother-in-law is my very good friend. So
Awesome.
why not? I have friends who are 15 years younger to me, and I think they are make amazing friends. So don't have this restriction to yourself. Try to reach out to whoever your heart desires. It might work, it might not work, and then you see which is the category that connects with you most.
Awesome. That's really, really wonderful advice. I will also take that advice.
You
It,
must. And if you are finding your consumer base on a more structured level, I will say please look at your analytics, see the age group, see how many women follow you, male follow you, because it gives you an idea of what kind of content you want to create. So you garner the particular audience. But that
mm,
should be a part of your strategy.
true. Where do you think social media in general is going to go next?
See,
Any idea?
Facebook, Orkut was big at one point of time
At
when I
one
was
point of
in
time.
college. Yeah, and I don't know how many of the users know about Orkut at today's date.
Yeah, I know. I have been there.
So, TikTok was big and booming. Suddenly, one day, the government
Government decided.
decided
No,
that.
there have been so many people who were disappointed because they were gaining followers like anything on TikTok.
But now they are on Instagram and they are all in millions. So it worked out just fine for them. But I'm just saying that there were many who did not also make it.
Mm.
So um we don't know which social media platform is going to be for how long. So that's why I say that you should never have all your opportunities in one
One,
basket.
one place. I'm
So
guessing
if
that TikTok incident actually taught a lot of people this lesson, because suddenly Instagram can be banned, and we are all back to square one. We don't have anybody.
But
Uh,
that is the thing. See, Facebook was the thing at one point of
at
time.
one point of time. True.
Although Facebook is still the biggest social media platform, even against contrary belief, it still ranks on the top in India. But
True.
that said, many of these younger generations, they don't consider Facebook to their platform. They are more concentrated on
On the
IG, Snapchat. So always have multiple options where you are present. And I'm not just saying, see, for me, like, I feel social media is very exhausting after a point of time. So
true.
I started my business, and now I have started getting into education, because I feel that after a point in my life, maybe I would like to venture into something. Or maybe if this does not work out, at least, I have something fruitful to work on. Because you should not feel that you have wasted all these years for nothing. Should
True.
not
I've
feel
even
that.
actually heard a lot of YouTubers say this. Apparently after 5 or 6 years, you have this. It's called a creators fatigue, content
Absolutely.
creators fatigue.
Because it is tiring. My husband says that sometimes it feels like you just don't stop, because we have to consume the material first, then picture it in our head, then shoot it, then edit
True.
it, then compile it, then put it, then promote it. We are constantly at it, and share our stories, and communicate, and build connect with people.
True.
So
Very true.
when do we do it all? So it is exhausting, I'm not denying, but it has its own highs. Like I said, that you are always like, wow, I want to do more also. But yes, I agree, we are all going to reach a point where we are going to think we need a break, and give yourself the break. But
True.
have options, always have options. Write, if nothing, write a blog for yourself, write something for yourself, start something small of yourself, because it should be fruitful at the end of the day for yourself too, as a creator, as a person who's not doing this and is
Mm.
still considering other things. Why not?
So, how can someone monetize this, so to speak?
So monetization has many aspects. Now, like Facebook already has monetization. Here I'm talking about social media platforms. Okay.
Apart from platform YouTube, as platforms go, I don't think apart from YouTube, no other platforms are actually, paying creators as of now. Although Facebook
No,
is going on that path.
Facebook is already, monetization is already on Facebook.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Even on Instagram, some of the monetization processes started, and other than that, you can have brand associations, and you can make money. I know it is difficult, but the thing is, once you start valuing the work that you do yourself, and you start creating content that people think has value, you will get paid regardless of how many competitors you have. I have seen that people are willing to be with me because of what I have to offer.
Yeah.
In this, that said, when I spoke about knowing your analytics, I always boast about the fact that I have more equation with the women. My page has more women than male following, and it is a strong point. because if you are a cream that is concentrated more on women's selling it to women, will that person be willing to work with the person who probably has 60% male and 40% female? Does it make sense for the brand or the company? No. So
No.
you should know how to pitch yourself. Pitch yourself right, and you can get good collaborations and you can make money. I
Mhm.
agree that there are months when I don't make the same amount of money every month. There are months where I have my lows, because also, there is a trend at one point when there's season, a lot of work comes in from a lot of brands. Right. So make sure that you balance it out, and you also make sure that your budgeting is like that, so that you don't suddenly feel, oh, I don't have any money left.
True, definitely true.
Right.
You have to do your own financing as well.
Yes. Other than that, there are many platforms that are willing to tie up with creators. They give you a fixed pay, plus they give you other products that you can use for your reels. There are platforms that are willing to get be your talent manager. They don't charge you anything, so you can have them on board, and they charge the brand, so that ways you can get more amount of work. You can do anything your heart desires. Think of, people start thrift stores these days. People are willing to fund your businesses. If you have the idea and the user base, they are willing to fund you and your business. But
True.
as I said, you have to have a conscious thought into what you want. You want to monetize, I agree, but then get your action plan in place. Don't expect someone else to monetize for you. You monetize yourself because you are the brand. Either you get a team to do it for you, or you say, I am the brand, I am going to make this money. Make a goal for yourself and do it for yourself.
Mhm.
But
True.
you have to have an action plan. If you have the plan, I can vouch for it, you can make money. I have made money and I'm not on YouTube. But the
Yeah.
thing, you have to have a concrete plan. And
Mhm.
with the right connect, trust me, if you start a business model, it is big, because people trust you, people trust your choices, they are willing to wear what you're wearing.
True.
So why not make most of it? There's so many things you can do. Ideas are unlimited, but figure out what you would like to do.
Yeah, I read this study somewhere, which is actually really true. Before COVID, the marketing, basically the social media marketing budget for these bigger companies used to be a lot lesser. You could reach a lot of people with lesser money. But COVID and content creators erupted, and most of the bigger companies' marketing budget suddenly shot up. They are
For the
only
bigger
get,
bloggers.
yes, no, for companies basically, so to speak, like bigger companies
Okay.
like Amazon or
Overall, okay.
overall. So that is when they realize that doing the direct marketing is costlier than reaching out to content creators. Reaching out to content creators and marketing it through them, because
Yes, yes.
people who follow you see you do everything. If you say, I like this from this particular company, I'm ready to wear it, I use it all the time, then it is a direct marketing to all your followers. So there was a very big huge shift suddenly in COVID times, so to
This
speak.
is one of the reasons I started my sari business during COVID, because
Mhm.
I used to wear a lot of saris and I used to post it. And so many people would ask me, where did you get
Where
the
did you
sari from? Then I saw an opportunity there, and I knew that if I integrate it into a business model, then
Mhm.
I have a business opportunity right here in my hand. So
True.
the you have to identify it yourself. you know this is
Of
something that
course.
you have to creatively think of. But you can actually write to brands. Why not? If you see that you have the worth, write to brands you want to work with and tell them that
Mhm.
I think that we have the right kind of synergy, and I can be a valued asset to you. Why don't we work together? You know, if
True.
your work is really good, people
Hmm.
consider you, brands consider you. So
True.
never self doubt again, because we are constantly doubting ourselves, thinking we, we can't.
You
That is
know,
our only constraint.
taking that step to, let me just ask. It's okay if they say no. It's okay if they don't respond. That it's okay if nothing happens is what you have to accept first.
I was surprised the other day. I received a mail and from Born on Instagram, okay, and it had my friend's name on it, the real bonuses, and
Mm-hmm.
she had made a substantial amount. And I was shocked to see her name, because I was not expecting someone known in the list. And I went up to her and I said, she started much after me, and
Mm-hmm.
I used to inspire her every day. And I said, you have inspired me today, because I have not made the most of this opportunity and have not worked on this opportunity to monetize it. It
Monetize
was
it.
my drawback.
Mm-hmm.
She worked on it and she made substantial rewarding income in 1 month, and I
Wow.
have been at it for years.
Mm-hmm.
So you must understand that the pockets are always there, but
Mm-hmm.
you need to identify it.
True. Very true. It's a journey we all have to take.
Totally.
True. That was really, really, really wonderful, Sonia. Any last words on somebody who is still sitting there doubting themselves, don't want to, whether should I start a social media journey or not? Any last words for somebody like that?
I would say there is no harm in it. So, you can just do it for fun. It need not lead to results. It need not be that 10,000 people are following you, or you don't need to have a target. Why not just start with it and see where it goes? What I like is a lot of homegrown pages, homegrown businesses and pages have grown a lot. People
But
who started with 2 orders, 3 orders, are doing thousands of orders a day. They have an entire back office full of people. Imagine you can have that for yourself if you try. So why not? It is a great feeling, and I would say you should honestly just put yourself out there, give yourself a timeline. I'm going to do it for a month and see how it goes, and then think whether you want to pursue it ahead or not. But always do try everything in life. You have one life, and that too, we don't know how short or long post COVID. So make most of it, enjoy yourself, and at any small achievement, please celebrate. Like, I'm going to celebrate this interview also, that I am here with Rohini. I get to talk and communicate with all of you. So
awesome.
it was celebrating. Do it. It makes you happy and it makes you create great content also. So
True.
keep happy and keep posting.
Thank you. Thank you so much for talking to me and bringing your amazing, amazing energy to it. I love you for all these things. Thank you so much
Thank you
for
for
coming.
having me. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry that I talk so much.
No, it's okay. It's perfectly okay. You could see the smile on my face the entire time. I'll just stop the recording.